Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crypto Wolf here, and I'm trying something a little bit new right now. We're gonna do like a little jump into a crypto news story that I saw, and it was super interesting, as you could tell from the little thumbnail right here. You might be interested too. So, I happened to be going through in the last video. I came across this story that said cryptocurrency investors are more attractive to the dating scene, according to a little study done by eToro. I tried looking through eToro to see if I could find like the original article or the original source. I couldn't find jack. So there's all over the place on a bunch of different news sites, and this one seemed decent enough. Never really heard of them. It's from Crypto Potato. Props for an interesting name, I suppose. But check this out. So 3 and 4 participants admitted they would go on a second date if their admirer paid the bill in Bitcoin. And I got, first off, I mean, just for me personally, before getting into this too much, I would say that if I were talking to a chick and she knew about crypto, was into it, even if she'd never bought none or traded or anything like that, but just the fact that she had some interest and thought it was kind of cool, that'd be gravy right there. I mean, what else could a guy ask for? But let's get into it before I start rambling too much. So, according to a recent survey conducted by the trading platform eToro, many single men and women are seeking partners who are not only financially stable, but also knowledgeable about cryptocurrencies. 33% of the American participants admitted they were more likely to go on a date with someone who deals with digital assets. Crypto makes individuals more desirable. Apart from diversifying one's portfolio and granting potential for higher returns, let me zoom this up a little bit for you. Cryptocurrencies could also make investors look more attractive on the romance scene, eToro research revealed. Every third participant said they were more likely to go out with a crypto holder rather than a person who has not delved into the digital asset space. I'm going to read this like an over-exaggerated TV anchorman. Furthermore, nearly 75% admitted they would go on a second date with an individual who paid the bill in Bitcoin, BTC. Put there for the SEO, no doubt. There are numerous restaurants and cafeterias in the States that, oh man, my voice just cracked. There are numerous restaurants and cafeterias in the States which accept the primary cryptocurrency as a payment method. Such examples are the Colorado-based Quiznos and the multinational chain of coffee houses, Starbucks. People delving into the non-fungible token universe also have their chances. According to the survey, 20% of singles would be more interested romantically if their admirer sets an NFT as a profile picture on a social media platform or dating site. So, just saying, yeah, boys, where you at? Get them NFTs over on the profile pic. I honestly, I don't think I'll do that, but it's kind of interesting idea nonetheless. Because yeah, it's like one of them conversation starters. Like most people would never really know. They might just think it's a funny picture or something like that. But then you're gonna attract the ones who know, and to be doing that is to is the sorting through the pack. You're like pulling out the golden nuggets from the dirt there. That probably sounded bad. Not saying women are dirt, don't get me wrong. Jeez. According to Pew Research Center's estimations, 16% of Americans have already allocated some of their wealth in the crypto market. Younger men between 18 and 29 years old, most active on the dating scene, are the most interested in the asset class. 43% of them have already dipped their toes in the digital asset industry. In comparison, only 19% of women under 30 years old invest in Bitcoin or altcoins. The overall crypto awareness among American citizens is also on a high level. 86% of the survey participants admitted they have basic knowledge about the asset class. Interesting to know. I mean, if 86% know about it, but only 16% have gotten into it, what are you doing? Come on now. If you know about it, I mean, I don't know. I get a lot of people probably scared. The jackasses on TV are always out there. It's so volatile. It's going to go to zero. Oh my God, it's so risky. I mean, yeah, it's volatile, but shit. I mean, that's what most of us are here for, to be honest. I mean, if it wasn't volatile, it probably wouldn't be anywhere near what it is because that's where the money's at. According to another survey conducted by the world's largest digital asset manager, Grayscale, 26% of the American investors hold Bitcoin. Moreover, 60% of the participants admitted they are interested in crypto investments. And it looks like we're getting into some stats here and kind of getting away from our main topic. But, let me know what you think. If, especially if there's any ladies out there watching, if the guy you're there to go on a date with or just grab coffee with, or, fellas, if the girl you were there with paid for it in Bitcoin, let's be honest. I mean, guys, if you were there and the girl paid for dinner or for coffee in Bitcoin, you're probably thinking like, damn, I got to go out ring shopping. Like, I got to lock that shit down immediately. But I mean, yeah, I just, because it's that thing where guys are always trying to find a chick that is into, I mean, everybody, obviously everybody wants to find somebody who's into the things that they're into. And with crypto being a little bit more of an obscure kind of interest, because, most people just aren't doing trading. People more and more are waking up to starting to take ownership of their own financial situation, whether it be investing with stock markets, ETFs, crypto, mutual funds. Even people starting to get into their own retirement a little bit, because, I mean, let's face it, especially nowadays, not all these jobs are coming with retirement plans. I mean, at this point, you really got to start figuring out your own thing. And, I was lucky enough at a job that they were doing 401ks, but even after that, like, well, shit, even during that, I was starting to manage my own. So, whereas like a lot of people I worked with, maybe theirs went up like 3%, mine was going up like 30% just off of the allocation that I was doing. And beyond that, I was like, okay, I kind of got this, but the options are limited there. So I just left that be. It ended up more than doubling without me even putting a penny into it, like over 4 years. And so that was kind of cool. But at the same time, like, all right, so I started managing my own, start putting money aside. And I suggest this for everybody because, hey, you start doing little bits here and there over time. Hopefully it builds up, provided that we don't go into damn depression or something like that. But even then, you want to be diversifying a little bit and getting into some of those inflation hedges, some of the potential catastrophe hedges. Topic for another time. But, coming back to this, I think it's cool that this story came out and said that, there's that many people that not only are kind of into crypto, but at the same time could appreciate the other person not only just being into crypto, but uh, what did it say here? Basically, taking an interest in their own finances and just trying to be financially successful or even prudent, really, because, I mean, let's face it, nowadays so many people have so much freaking debt to where, like, let's keep it real, you got to keep that in mind. If you're talking to a girl and you guys start dating and you're getting to know each other and she hits you with that I got 150 grand in student loan debts, you're gonna be like, whoa, pump the brakes, like, what the fuck you just say? I mean, and it's something you legitimately have to consider, because if you're going to go and get married and stuff, you're essentially both taking on each other's debt. And, especially nowadays with inflation and prices going up, got the housing market, car prices, you really got to lock that credit score down. And if you're jumping into a situation that sets you back years and years, especially if you're trying to start a family and do all this stuff, I mean, you're like kneecapping yourself right out from the beginning. Now, am I saying that's more important than, what's going on between you and the other person? Not my call to make, but it's something you honestly need to keep in mind, because especially with, the millennials and everything, I mean, I could talk from my generation and the people younger than me, like, a lot of us straight up fucked up our finances. Seriously, like, yeah, nobody wanted to grow up. Everybody wanted to keep partying, keep doing their thing, keep the instant gratification going, and nobody was thinking long term until you started getting a little bit older, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit. And you wonder why, like, so many young people nowadays don't have their own houses. So many are still living with mommy. Hey, not even saying a bad thing. Shit, I had to keep going back to my mom's house for years in between, living with different women here and there. But yeah, I mean, I still don't even own my own house, so I get it. Still renting. I mean, granted, I'm lucky to be in the position I'm at and took a hell of a lot of hard work too, especially coming back from very different situation. Um, but yeah, overall moral of the story, I'd be super pumped to find out that a girl I was talking to was into Bitcoin or into crypto. I mean, even if she hadn't bought any, it's also something that you guys can kind of like bond with, really. Like, you can get into it, you can show her, you can explain it to her, start teaching her about it, she starts getting into it, and then especially once she starts seeing, maybe some returns or seeing her personal investments going up, she's going to be pumped about it. She's going to be pumped that you're the one that taught her, you're the one that showed her. But all right, so I found this other little story while I was looking for the original source. This is just seemed like it fit along the same vein a little bit. So it's called How to Fall in Love and Invest Your Money. Becoming an investor and a partner are two of the biggest life projects somebody can embark on. Ironically, they can also be the most difficult because they're both inherently personal exercises. Being a good partner and a good investor both require you to know who you are and what you want out of life, and it can be tough to admit that you aren't where you want to be. I'm sure many of us can feel that statement. But here's the good news: you have higher aspirations for your future self, and that's worth cheering about. And especially, when you're talking to women, the fact that you have this motivation, these aspirations to do better, to improve your life, improve your finances. Like, so many dudes are out here just happy on the couch playing video games, got no motivation whatsoever. So the fact that you're even here watching this channel tells me that, you're trying to better yourself. I'm over here trying to better myself. We're going to do it together, and we're going to be successful because there ain't no other option. Straight up. But these little steps they list in here: define your identity. Setting up your profile on dating app can be rough. You're forced to write two pithy sentences about yourself without sharing too much, too little. You have to be honest with yourself about who you are and what you want. In the end, that can honestly serve you well in finding a partner that's best suited for you. Blah, 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 blah. Your risk appetite can be a more important factor for both your relationship or your portfolio. In our survey, about 84% of the respondents said it's important that they find a partner that's open to trying and experiencing new things. Wink, wink. I don't know if they're necessarily talking about investing, but if you're not the adventurous type, that's okay. Knowing where you stand is key. I mean, you should always know yourself. I mean, if you haven't done any self reflection, that you need to put the fucking phone down, stop doing Tinder, and you need to figure your damn self out first. Because, as I was taught a long time ago, unless you've got yourself together, unless you're comfortable with yourself, you're in no position to be, trying to help out or trying to be a partner with somebody else, because it's higher likelihood you're going to fuck it up. Let's be honest. I mean, if you don't understand yourself, you don't understand people, like, the communication's not going to be there, because she's going to be telling you about some dumb shit you're doing, and maybe you're going to get defensive, maybe you're just going to get mad. And in reality, if you understand maybe where your faults lie, then it's still something you could work on. You don't got to be perfect, but at least you could have some better communication going, and hopefully the other person kind of has that too. But let's face it, seems to be a rare thing these days. But step 2, determine your engagement. Now, the hard part: waiting for that answer back from the cutie you swiped right on. I've been there, creating a profile, swiping, and then checking for a response incessantly. Don't do that. Just please, for your mental health, don't do that shit. If they do respond, you're stuck overthinking about when you should respond. You're excited, but you don't want to seem desperate. Investing requires you to be purposeful about how often you're checking your portfolio. In fact, it can be even more tempting than your dating app. About 55% of people said they checked their banking and trading apps more than their dating apps. Damn if I don't fall into that one. I'll be honest with you, I might pull up a dating app once a month. Like, no lie. I don't know. I'm at a point right now where I'm trying to focus on myself, focus to do better, you know, in the goals that I'm reaching out for. So I know if I do get into a relationship, which I'm at that picky stage right now, or like, I'm not just jumping in on every chance here, but even still, in order to have a relationship, you're going to have to devote some time to the person, obviously. And in order to devote time to that person, you have to take away time from something else that you're doing. And I don't know about you guys, but fuck, I'm never bored. I mean, it's always something to do. And even since starting this channel, I mean, I'll be honest, I enjoy doing this. This is fun. It still takes up time though. But, between this, trading, other projects I got going, other things I'm trying to learn and work on, then on top of that, full-time job, taking the dog out every day. I mean, yeah, ain't enough time in the day. It really isn't. There's not enough time in the day. But let's see what else they're saying here. Align your values. Congratulations, you swiped right and hooked a good partner. A few dates later, you think you found the one. But before you commit, you need to have the talk about life's biggest priorities: marriage, kids, religion, politics, parenting styles. It's an uncomfortable but necessary step. This person may be physically compatible with you, but their values may be the difference between a fling and forever. And the faster you can figure that out, the better. Just saying. But now consider going through the same thought exercise with your money. For most of history, money and values were thought to be mutually exclusive. But today, we've learned that you can make a difference with where you invest. Do your companies follow environmental, social, governmental standards? Do you feel comfortable investing in a stock that doesn't totally align with your beliefs? It makes sense that 33% of survey respondents say they would be inclined to date someone who mentions crypto in their dating profile versus the 20% who said they would view it as a turnoff. Why would that be a turnoff? Don't for the life of me know that one. But yeah, a couple little interesting articles floating on about there, floating around there. Jeez, can't talk today. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the topic. I mean, it's definitely interesting. The little twist between crypto and dating and relationships. How would you feel if you were talking to somebody that was into crypto and you found out? And, another interesting one. What if you were talking to somebody and maybe you were on the fence about whether you were interested or on the fence about whether it might be something long term, and you find out that they're kind of into crypto or they want to learn more. Does that get you staying in the game for a little bit longer, or are you just kind of hard nosed and you're like, well, if I just don't feel it, I don't feel it, I'm not going to try to develop it? Or where do you fall on that one? Because sometimes they say things can be a deal breaker. Well, can it be a deal maker? Would crypto be something, or an interest in crypto be something that could potentially get you looking a little bit longer term? But all right, last little tidbit here. I also want to mention a little warning. And particularly, I'm going to warn that if you should see something like this that I'm about to show you, well, I'll let you judge for yourself for a second. How would you feel if you were seeing a chick and she was like, "Oh, yeah, I love Bitcoin and all that. She's got a MetaMask Trust wallet, whatever it might be." And you're spending a little alone time, and you happen to see she has her wallet's QR code tattooed on her ass. I'm curious. Like, what would you think if you saw that? I already know what I'm thinking. And I'll be honest with you, my personal advice would be if you see that, you might want to run. Just pull your damn pants up, hit the door, and run. Now, taking a couple breaths and thinking about it for a second. Okay, maybe you want to wait till the next morning to run because, I mean, let's keep it real here. If you're seeing that, you're going to take your damn phone out and snap a little picture, because if that ain't a story to tell your buddies over beer, I don't know what is. Yeah. But what do you think? Bitcoin wallet QR code on the ass. Where do you fall on that? Are you falling in love or are you falling out the window to get back to your car? Let me know what you guys thought about this. You know, this is the first time doing one of these little one of these news story breakdowns, and I'm not going to keep doing this for every little thing. I typically don't care all that much about crypto news, but once in a while you come across something that's a little bit different, a little interesting, and this one was definitely that. So I figured I'd hop on here, just throw my 2 cents in. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's something crazy. It's funny. It's, you know, you take it lightly. At the same time, it makes a nice little thought exercise, something to chop it up and talk about with the boys or girls. I'm not trying to leave y'all out. You know, on that note too, ladies, if you're watching this, what would you what would you do if you seen dude had his wallet QR code tatted on his ass? I mean, oh man, that's funny right there. I would love to hear the answer to that. I don't know. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought about the news brief type thing. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. And, you know, throw that crypto reference in the Tinder profile. You know, you never know. You never know. All right. Peace.